Hello, this is Global Order. I'm Hindol Sengupta. Today I want to talk to you about something very important. Pakistan, its new hope in minerals and critical minerals, and once again in America. History repeating itself. Now, many of you have followed the story that Balochistan in Pakistan is going up in flames. The long-standing rebellion there for independence from Pakistan. Baloch rebels are absolutely out of control, and the latest incident where they actually captured an entire train showed how little control the Pakistani army has on this restive region, which is almost a third of Pakistani territory. Now, Pakistan has clutched onto a new lifeline. After US President Donald Trump's tariffs, America might once again be interested in the minerals of Balochistan. Pakistan is aggressively pursuing international investment to develop Balochistan's mineral resources estimated at $6 trillion. Despite ongoing insurgency and security challenges that have previously jeopardized foreign projects like China's CPEC, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Let's look at Pakistan's strategy, its risks, and the geopolitical dynamics of this strategy. The tariffs announced by US President Donald Trump has led to China, a major source of critical minerals, clamping down on outflow. So America has started conversations with Pakistan to try and access some of those minerals in restive Balochistan, including some critical minerals. Now, this is a lifeline for Pakistan, which is increasingly failing to control the insurgency in Balochistan, a protest that want independence and are led by rebels for a long time who demand independence from the Pakistani state. Now, this is very important also because Pakistan desperately needs the money that will come with this investment, if this investment could come in. Remember, the CPEC corridor also led to a major airport being built in Gwadar. Unfortunately, barely any landings, any work, any transit happens from that airport at this point in time. Gwadar being a major port that Pakistan really wants to monetize, because the economy and the society in Pakistan is in very bad shape, including very bad economic shape, and insurgency is breaking up everywhere. Balochistan is one, Northwest Frontier Province is another one. Pakistan is in very bad shape. It needs this money. Now, what else is happening? The Pakistani government recently hosted the Pakistan Minerals Investment Forum, promoting untapped reserves of copper, gold, lithium, and rare earth minerals. Key initiatives include National Minerals Harmonization Framework, which seeks to streamline regulations to ease investor operations, security assurances straight from the Army Chief General Asim Munir, pledging a robust security framework for projects, citing Reko Diq, one of the world's largest copper gold deposits, as a priority. Economic incentives also, Pakistani officials promising and emphasizing security and emphasizing Balochistan's potential, with Commerce Minister Jam Kamal calling it a long-term investment opportunity. Saudi Arabia, China, and the US are the primary targets to tap for investments into Balochistan, with Saudi Deputy Minister Abdul Rahman Al-Balushi expressing an interest in new heights of collaboration. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio also recently spoke to the Pakistani Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar about critical mineral supply, among other things, after, of course, the announcement of those tariffs by US President Donald Trump. What is at stake? Well, mineral reserves in Balochistan. Let's look at some of the key minerals: copper, gold, iron ore, chromite, coal, marble, sulfur, lead and zinc, gemstones, and lithium, critically lithium. Copper and gold, Reko Diq, as I was saying, one of the largest such untapped resources in the world. A lot of gold and copper in these mines, and yet this has never been properly developed because of the restive situation in Balochistan. Iron ore, the Dilban Mastung reserves are the largest in Balochistan. Other deposits spread across the Chagai district. Chromite, Balochistan leads in chromite production in Pakistan, high quality chromite. Sulfur and marble, again concentrated in the Kohi Sultan's volcanic crater and neighboring areas including in Chagai. Balochistan's mineral wealth is vast but remains underdeveloped due to infrastructure challenges and security concerns. Now, Balochistan's mineral-rich regions are epicenters of a decades-long insurgency led by groups like the Baloch Liberation Army, which demands independence from Pakistan. The long-standing complaint that Balochistan never really wanted to integrate with Pakistan in 1947, it was forced to do so, and the Baloch have always thought themselves as an independent nation unto themselves with the right to self-govern. They want independence. Now, recent attacks which have really rattled Pakistan: in March 2025, the Baloch Liberation Army hijacked a train carrying 400 passengers with 23 soldiers and killing 23 soldiers and civilians. And of course, earlier a suicide bomber targeted Chinese engineers near Karachi's port, killing 2 of them. Baloch groups accuse Islamabad of extracting resources without sharing benefits, fueling demands for independence. Despite military claims for stability, that stability has never really come to Balochistan because the Pakistani army just does not have enough resources to control the area. Now, there has been a lot of very torturous situations in Balochistan where Baloch rebels, activists have been picked up, killed, they've disappeared, they've tortured. All of this has, of course, caused the resentment to really grow, and now Balochistan is extremely restive. CPEC was the big dream of Pakistan to control that area, to actually completely transform that area. China pouring in billions of dollars to build the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, part of China's Belt and Road Corridor. Now, this would go all the way from Xinjiang to Gwadar. This was going to be the big dream of Pakistani resurgence, Pakistani economic development. All of this has come crashing. Big question mark today on CPEC. China's $62 billion CPEC, once hailed as the BRI, that's Belt and Road Initiative flagship, has faltered in Balochistan due to security failures. Over a dozen Chinese nationals have been killed since 2022, including those in the 2024 Karachi airport attack. There's a lot of local resentment against the Chinese. They protest marginalization, that they have not benefited from any of the development, including the development of the Gwadar area, including building of the Gwadar airport. Economic stagnation, CPEC investments have slowed now, and despite of concerns and protests from Pakistani authorities, China is reluctant to pour more money, more personnel in this area, which has become quite deadly due to the ongoing civil war situation that's going on there. Pakistan needs the aid, Pakistan needs the security, Pakistan needs the investment. How are they going to get it? Well, they cannot get it unless the situation stabilizes. All kinds of diplomatic outreach is happening to Saudi Arabia, to China, and to other parts of the world. But the big hope that Pakistan has at the moment is that maybe the Americans would get interested, and after the Chinese, it's the Americans who will pour in money here for these minerals in Balochistan. That's the big hope, really frankly maybe a straw that Pakistan is now clutching on to. Structural issues, of course, remain. No one knows what's going to happen with the insurgency. No one knows what's going to happen to the civil war, and the security situation remains very, very bleak. Pakistan's mineral ambitions are huge, and all of this is centered around Balochistan. But without the right security, without the right regulatory mechanisms, without the right infrastructure, without the right investments, none of this can actually be used. And yet, once again, this has become a litmus test. Can Pakistan actually get the investments it needs in Balochistan? Can it actually try and fulfill the destiny and the hope that it thinks Balochistan has and its mineral reserves have to really benefit Balochistan, but also Pakistan at large? Can the Americans help? Will they step in where even the Chinese do not dare? That's the big question we will be following next in this area. But this is what's happening at the moment in Pakistan with regard to Balochistan and America.